Hey guys, it's Raeanne with Shaka Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to integrate Mailchimp with your Wix website. I previously recorded a video tutorial on this and I will link to that in the caption below. That was a completely different way to set up a Mailchimp list. This is more advanced, and this is for you if you're looking to link more than one Mailchimp list to your Wix website with a custom embed form. So today we will need to be in your Wix Editor and obviously your Mailchimp account. So I'm going to walk through this step by step. Again, I'm also going to put links in the caption. I will have some code that I'm using, so you will be able to just take that template from Google Docs from me and grab that code. So let's get started. So the first part, I have my Wix Editor open, and this is just a test page that I have. So I've already got this open, which is great. And I am going to show you the code that we're going to be using. So this makes it super easy. It will already use custom CSS, so that way the form, it looks good. You can edit the fonts, the font sizes, what the button says, the button color, all those sorts of things, literally just by copying and pasting this. So if you wanted to change like the format of the box, you can do that here. And then right here, you can change font size. So if you want to get that nitty gritty. Today though, I am just going to show you the basics of how to use this code. So basically what we're doing, this code, we're going to copy and paste it into Wix using the HTML drop-in feature. And the only things that we're going to be changing in here are these highlighted pieces. So again, you'll be able to make a copy of this, so you can have this copy and paste, so you can edit it, so don't freak out. So I've highlighted everything that you probably want to change. So this is for the button, the form button. This is my brand color, so I have set it so that this is the button color. You might want to change this obviously to fit your brand. Down here, I've also changed the border of the button to another one of my brand colors. So again, something you'll probably want to change. You can also set the border obviously to be the same color as the button. And then down here, this is where we are going to be getting information from Mailchimp. So, and I'll show you how to get there. So don't worry. I'll show you how to get all of this. Some other stuff that you might want to change down here is in Mailchimp. It depends on the information you're collecting on your subscribe form, but I typically just collect a first name and an email. So these fields are already set up. These placeholders right here that are highlighted are what's actually going to show on the embedded form that we create. So if you just want this to say first instead of first name or whatever, that's fine. You can change this to, you can keep this the same, or you can say email address. Again, these are kind of optional, but if you want to tweak these a little bit, you can. And then this is another part that we will be grabbing from Mailchimp. So I will show you exactly where we get this information in Mailchimp. And the last thing, this is where you actually change the what the button says. So my button says yes please, because they're opting in and receiving a freebie. So this is where you actually change what the button says. So I know this looks like a lot, and let me just tell you, I am not a code person and I was able to figure this out. So I promise we'll make it easy and you'll be able to figure it out too. So I'm going to jump over to Mailchimp. And as we all know, Mailchimp recently changed the way that this their whole dashboard looks. So it's a little weird getting to your list now. I know there's a few ways to do it. So if you scroll down a little bit, this is the quickest way to get there. You can literally just click on View Lists. And we will do it one at a time. I only have one list. I don't actually use Mailchimp anymore, but I wanted to keep this to show you how to use it. So what we're going to do is click on the list that you are wanting to create the subscribe form for. So we'll click that. And then under sign up forms, click on this. And then you're going to go into embedded forms. And the one that we want to make sure that we are using is the unstyled form. That way it is like the most basic form that we have, because all of our CSS in that code is going to make this pretty. So don't worry about this. Some things that I'm going to do in here, I'm going to uncheck form title because we don't need this. I'm going to toggle, oh sorry, not that. I'm going to show all fields. And then I am going to uncheck all of these because basically we just want this to be as plain as possible. Again, the code that we're going to be using, the CSS is going to make it look pretty, so don't worry. So when you're done, it should look like this. And what we're going to do is in this copy and paste right here, this is where we're going to get the stuff that we need for our highlighted sections in that code. So the easiest way, honestly, I would just copy all of this. And then we'll go back to the document that has all the code. So I'm going to scroll way down here and I'm just going to make myself some lines so I know where the code ends and this code begins. And I'm just going to paste this in here. So the things that we need to take from here, first of all, we need to come up to this area right here. So what we're looking for is this B underscore blah, 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 blah. We're looking for that in our code below. So all you have to do is you can scroll down. I mean, you can even, it is sometimes much easier to do a find in your document. So I'm going to do B underscore. So I know that this is not the right one because that's already highlighted. So this makes everything so much faster. So I'm going to take all of this right here and just copy it. Now, obviously, it's going to be the exact same because this is all of my Mailchimp information, but I want to walk you through every single step. So just copy this, paste it where this part is highlighted right here. Okay. If you want, you can re-highlight this just in case so you don't forget what's what. So there's that. And then up here is where we need to take, this is to make sure that this actually goes to your Mailchimp account. So if you don't change this out, it's not going to work. So what we can do is I am literally just going to search this same thing. Oop, there we go. And look at that. There it is. So I'm going to scroll up just a little bit. So I need to make sure that I'm copying and pasting this that begins with the form all the way through no validate with the arrows. So I'm going to scroll down here. We're going to take this whole part right here. Super, super simple. Make sure you don't like get that extra space in there, if you can see that. So we're going to copy this, scroll back up, paste it. And again, you can re-highlight just in case if you need to come back to it or if you think you made a mistake and it's not working. Okay, so now our code is ready to go. Told you, it's super, super easy. You just copy and paste. Again, the last things you might want to do are change these colors with your branding. And I'm going to delete all of this stuff from Mailchimp down here just to make my life easy, to make sure I don't copy it all. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to copy all of this and we're going to plug it into Wix. So copy this, go over to your editor. On the left-hand side here, you'll click the Add button, go down to More, and then you want to use the HTML embed tool. So click on that, and then we are just going to hit Enter Code, and we are going to copy exactly what, or paste what we just copied from our Google document. And I'm going to remove that space there and hit Apply. give it a second, it'll start thinking. And at first it's going to have this gray background. Don't stress. It'll go away once you make this box a little bit bigger. The cool thing about this code is it is responsive, so you can leave it like this, which would work great for mobile, or if you just want a shorter form, perfect. You can use that, but if you want it to be bigger, if you want the fields to be next to each other, all you have to do is just drag it and it will expand itself. There we go. Expand it widthwise, not from the corner. So this is what it looks like, and I have a strip here. I'm gonna stick it on there. So again, I was able to change this button color with that highlighted code that is in the document. So you can change these colors, you can change what this button says, you can change what these fields say. If you really want to get into it, you can change the background color and border of these fields as well. I chose to leave them plain. So let's preview what this looks like. All right. And then this is where that border highlight came in. So when I hover my mouse over this, this is where that fun little border comes in on hover. And the other thing that you want to check too is, do you see how it's scrolling kind of funny like that? That's because my embed box isn't big enough. I put it a little too small. And so if I hover over this, it's going to scroll on me. So you can always come back in and tweak this box a little bit, just make it a little bit bigger. Obviously, people aren't going to see this box outline. You can also tweak the code a little bit if you want to mess with the actual box height. You can try it that way. So let's see what this looks like. Ah, gone. Yay. So it's nice because it has a transparent background, so you can put this on top of anything. So if I change this strip color to a different color, let's do this lovely green. The whole form itself is transparent, and then everything else remains the same. So that is how you do it. So basically you would repeat this process for every single Mailchimp list that you have. If you just manage from one list, that's fine. You can just use this code, no problem. You can just use this form throughout your whole site. But yes, if you are using multiple lists in Mailchimp, make sure you repeat the exact same process for every single list. I hope that this was helpful. Remember to check the caption below. That will have all the links that you need to complete this. And of course, if you have any questions, definitely drop a comment below. I'd love to know if this helped you out. And of course, you can subscribe and get updates on more tutorial videos on Wix and email marketing stuff. Thanks for watching.